Hello students, today we'll do exercise 1.1 question number 3. If f of alpha is equal to cos alpha 0 sin alpha 0 1 0 minus sin alpha 0 cos alpha, show that f of alpha the whole inverse is equal to f of minus alpha. So this is what we're going to prove. So let us take the left hand side, f of alpha the whole power minus 1, that is f of alpha inverse. So you know the formula, A inverse is equal to 1 by determinant of A into adjoint of A. We know the formula, A inverse is equal to 1 by determinant of A into adjoint of A. This we already know. So we are using that here in the place of A, you are writing f of alpha. So it is 1 by f of alpha into adjoint of f of alpha. So first let us find the determinant of f of alpha. So how do you find the determinant? First row, we are expanding using the first row. So cos alpha into this cos alpha minus 0 into then sin alpha into minus of minus sin alpha, it become plus sin alpha. So you get cos square alpha plus sin square alpha, that is equal to 1 and that is not equal to 0. So you should always write this step, it is not equal to 0. So its inverse exists because it is not equal to 0. The determinant is not equal to 0. That means this matrix is non-singular. Only if it is non-singular, inverse exists. Now let us find the adjoint. So the adjoint of f of alpha is, we are finding the cofactor and taking the transpose, or we can also find like this, cofactor of 1 1. 1 1 cofactor is sin alpha, cos alpha's cos alpha. So that is cos alpha. C12 is this cofactor of the second element, that is 0. So you write it here. Next, C13 means a cofactor of the first row, the third element. So it will become plus sin alpha. So write it like this. So you need not take the transpose. Straight away you can do C11. C, instead of writing like this, you can write like this and then find the adjoint straight away. Similarly, C21, C22, C23. Okay. Then C31. C31 is this number. So it will become sin alpha. So like that you can find out the adjoint. C31 is this and this, so 0 minus sin alpha. So this one minus sin alpha. C32 means 3 2, this element. So it is 0. Next 3 3 is this element, cos alpha. So write it like this. So this is another way of doing, or another way of finding the adjoint. So f of alpha inverse is equal to, here that is equal to adjoint of f of alpha itself, because the determinant of f of alpha is 1. We have proved. So determinant, if you substitute determinant is 1, what will happen? F of alpha inverse is equal to adjoint of f of alpha, because the determinant is 1. So that's what we have written here. F of alpha inverse is equal to the adjoint itself. So we are writing the adjoint as it is. So we got f of alpha inverse. That means we got the left hand side. Now we have to find the right hand side, f of minus alpha. Now what do you mean by f of minus alpha? F of alpha is given. So f of minus alpha means wherever you have alpha, substitute minus alpha. So in the place of alpha, we are substituting minus alpha. So what will happen here? Cos of minus alpha. This will become sin of minus alpha. This will become minus sin minus alpha. This will become cos minus alpha. So that's what we have written here. Okay, f of minus alpha is wherever you have alpha, we have replaced it by minus alpha. You know, in trigonometry, we have studied this concept Cos of minus alpha is cos alpha because cos is an even function. Sine of minus alpha is minus sine alpha. That is an odd function. So that property we are using here. So cos of minus alpha is cos alpha. Sine of minus alpha is minus sine alpha. So this is sine of minus alpha become minus sine alpha into minus become plus into cos of minus alpha is cos alpha. So hence we have proved the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. Left hand side is this is equal to the right hand side. Left hand side value is this is the left hand side and we have proved that is equal to the right RHS. Okay, hence we have proved that part. So this is left hand side value. This is RHS. Now we move on to question number 4. Matrix A is 5, 3, minus 1, minus 2. Show that A square minus 3i, 3a minus 7i2 equal to O2. O2 means null matrix of order 2. I2 means identity matrix of order 2. So using this, find A inverse. Okay, you have to use this and find A inverse. Okay. So first let us prove this. This you have done in class 10. You all know how to do it. So let us first find A square matrix. So what is A square matrix? A into matrix A. So 5 into 5, 25 minus 3, that is 22. 5 into 3, 15 minus 6, that is 9. So first row, first column. First row, second column. Similarly here, second row, first column. Minus 5 plus 2, minus 3. Minus 3 plus 4, 1. So we got A square. Now we have to find A square minus 3A. Minus 3 into A matrix. This is your A matrix. Minus 7 into I2. I2 is the identity matrix. This is what you are going to prove. Equal to 0 matrix. So left hand side is this. So just let us 22, just subtract this. So minus, just take the corresponding element. There are 4 elements in this matrix. So this is the first element. So this minus 3 into 5 minus 15. The first element here is minus 7. Okay. Similarly, take the corresponding elements. So the second, this is the second element, 9 minus 9 minus 0. And this is minus 3, minus into minus plus 3, and here 0. Similarly here 1, minus 3 into minus 2 plus 6 and minus 7. So this is 22 minus 15 minus 7, 0. This is 0. Minus 3 plus 3 is also 0. So we got the 0 matrix, that is your RHS. So we have proved LHS is equal to the RHS, that is equal to 0 matrix. That is equal to O2. That is equal to the right hand side. So we have proved it is equal to the right hand side. Okay. So this is equal to. Now come to the A inverse. We have to find now A inverse. So A inverse is, how do you find A inverse? Using this. So we have to bring A inverse to this term. This is what we have proved now. So this A inverse, we have to bring it here. So how do you bring this A inverse? We multiply. So we are post multiplying by A inverse. Okay. Why do you post multiply? Only then when you multiply A into A inverse will give you the identity matrix. Okay. So we are post multiplying both the sides by A inverse. So you can pre-multiply also. Okay. Here we have post multiply. If I multiply A inverse here, I should multiply A inverse here. If I multiply A inverse this side, I should multiply here. Anyway, this 0 doesn't matter here in this case. Okay. So we are just multiplying. So now A square into A inverse. A square is what? A into A inverse. Minus 3 into A inverse. Minus 7 into I2 into A inverse. That side is 0. But you know that A into A inverse is equal to identity matrix. So wherever you have A into A inverse, put I. So A, this is becoming I. This is A into I. A into I is equal to A matrix. Okay, A into I is equal to A matrix. So it is A into A inverse is equal to identity matrix. We are going to use that property here. So this will become I. Okay. Now, and similarly, A into I. What is A into I is equal to A matrix. When you multiply a matrix by the identity, you get A. So this will become A into I. A into I is A. Minus 3 into A inverse is identity. Minus 7 into, this is identity into A inverse. Whenever you multiply any matrix by identity, you'll get back the same matrix is equal to 0. Now you substitute for A matrix. So A matrix is 5, 3, minus 1, minus 2. Minus multiplied by 3, minus 7 into A inverse equal to O2, 0 matrix. Subtract 5 minus 3, 2, 3 minus 0, 3, minus 1 minus 0 is minus 1, minus 2 minus 3 minus 5, minus 7 A inverse is equal to 0. So minus 7 A inverse is equal to 0 minus this. Okay. So that will give you normal subtraction here. 0 minus 2 minus 2, 0 minus 3, 0 plus 1, 0 plus 5. So A inverse is equal, minus 7 into A inverse is equal to this. So A inverse is equal to minus 1 by 7. This 7 you're bringing it down. And this minus, we can minus 1 by 7 when you multiply, you get this. So this is the A inverse, and we used this expression, this equation actually, this equation we used to find A inverse. Okay.
Thank you.